First generation positive, scene 20, medium wide shot, take 1.
What is it?
I don't know. I feel like it's been so many years and you've avoided talking about me, but that's finally happened.
HIV has basically been part of my life story for as long as I can remember. The fact that I couldn't play with my friends because their parents told them my mom was HIV positive, so if they played with me, they would probably catch the virus. The fact that I grew up in a place that our compound became a bush because no one passed through our compound, because everybody thought probably they could catch HIV through breathing.
I'm small, I'm naturally petite, and in school, kids used to actually bully me about it. And some would say she has AIDS because, you know, I'm small. And back in the day when we were younger, that was a thing. Apparently symptoms for AIDS were because someone is small, maybe they look a certain way. So as a child, I was already bullied about it, yet I didn't even have AIDS.
I mean, it's a story that has controlled my life for a very long time. But now with film, I feel like I can control the narrative. When I set out to work on this project, I knew the challenges that were coming ahead. I knew casting was one of the things that was really going to give me a headache because in Uganda, actors no longer want to act roles of being HIV positive because of the stigma that comes with that. They say sometimes people watch them act roles in movies and they perceive them to be that, so the stigma that comes after that is what they don't want to deal with.
It was difficult to play the role of Sanyu, someone who, you know, is born with HIV, living with it, and now is being affected by it socially. It was difficult playing such a role because when you think about your life after the film has been released, you know, that's the first thing that came into my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do this film and then people are going to look at me like that chick has AIDS. But at the end of the day, when I thought about the good that can come out of doing this film, I was really excited to do it.
I had 3 actors turn down the roles, but still I kept casting and I found actors that had been actually looking for these roles. They were looking for roles that are going to challenge the stereotype. They were looking for roles that were going to be brave enough to live through the next generations. And they were looking for roles that could help them save just one soul out there. And I'm so happy that they got to work with me.
About the story, you know, I did not get to know the entire story in the initial stages, of course, but Ness made it clear that it is a story about how we stigmatize HIV positive people and the outcomes and everything. And I was very intrigued by the cause. I like to call this film a cause.
Today is exactly a week since Hajara breathed her last. She was 22 years old. She had a life ahead of her. I've grown up, I've watched her grow since she was a very little girl, very innocent. and she had a very beautiful life. And through all these trials and tribulations, she really stood strong. She stood her grounds until she felt like society has broken her down to an extent that she can't live her life, and she let go. The question is, why was everybody else then mourning on the day she died? Why did they express their love when she couldn't feel it anymore? Why did they express their regret when she couldn't hear them anymore?
Talking about this makes me sad in a way, because I know of people, I know firsthand what being HIV positive, especially if you were born with it, I know how that changes people's lives and generally way of living. I have had friends that have opted to not do certain jobs, or not be in the media, not be in anything that calls for public attention, because they are afraid of how people are going to perceive it, just in case people found out, because the society that we live in is not kind.
I don't need even 1 million people to watch the movie and say, wow, we're inspired. I need that one person that will watch the movie and say, that's my story, and you guys helped me live one more day. It's just one more extra day. I'm not looking for 1,000 years to come, just one more extra day. And I believe the film is the medium that can help us achieve that. I mean, it was just like a family on set. Everybody had the same mission, and the mission was to save one more life. Not 1,000 lives, but one more life. Because I believe if we're going to change the mindset of the people, we have to change one life and change one mind, and let that one life live longer to see that one mind change 1,000 minds ahead. And that's what keeps us moving. What makes this movie special is the fact that I didn't have to sit and imagine stuff. I just had to look around me and see what was happening. This was Winnie's story. This was Hajara's story. This is someone's story out there. And the fact that we keep silent with these stories, we breed more deaths, we breed more stigma, and your silence could be someone's death sentence. So what are you going to do about it?